Hello everybody, this is Brian Bentley at CoinOpTV bringing you gameplay and commentary for Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII on the Xbox 360. Yes, I am in a dress, and yes, I'm sliding through the desert. The Dead Dunes is one of the 4 main quest areas in the game. It's a very expansive and desolate place. You know, it's kind of it's almost in its simplicitude is what makes it beautiful. Now you'll notice that I'm actually partied up with an old friend from the first game, Fang. She, during the main quest line out here in the Dead Dunes, she'll join you. Now you don't actually have any control over Fang, but she will help you in battle, and it tells you straight out when she first joins your party. You know, it'll attack enemies just like how you debuff them. So I tend to go more towards Curse, D-Shell, which makes them weak to magic, and Poison them. So you'll see above when she attacks that it kind of gives you a blank Hunter. So those are the that's where she focuses on how you debuff the enemy. Now, in battle, just like in the previous games, there is an ATB, or Active Time Battle, sensor. And each of those sensors allow you to do X number of moves during that time. And each schema, is what they call them, or outfit, basically has different moves that you then assign to the different face buttons. So, you know, now this particular outfit, the dress, is called Midnight Moth. And it actually has a really good fire attack, and I didn't really have any good fire attacks at this time, so I tend to stick on that. So I was using Midnight Moth kind of as a starting point for my magic attacks. Now the yellow one, which is the Quiet Defender, is I put a lot of physical defense attributes on it, so that when it comes time to actually defend, I will jump to the yellow, the Quiet Guardian schema, and get ready to defend. Blue is where the Soldier of Peace, which is kind of a Rastafarian outfit, has more of my physical attacks, because the Soldier of Peace schema has a special ability where if I put a heavy slash attack in one of the slots, it becomes Artemis's Arrows, which is probably one of the, if not the most effective attack per ATB, you know, point in the game. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure there's other attacks that take up the entire bar, like my Shadowbind attack takes up the entire bar, but it doesn't do nearly as much damage per ATB second, or whatever it's called, ATB, you know, timer piece, as the Artemis's Arrows does. It's a devastating attack. So that's kind of how I have them set up. Now during the battle, you'll notice that when you're on the active one, the bar does not fill up as much as the inactive one. So you actually kind of have to make sure you juggle them properly, so that the ones that you know you're going to need later, you get off them and make them inactive as a schema, so that that bar fills up quicker than the current one that you're on. Now you also have, you see a 7 in the bottom left corner. That is the number of EP or Irradia points that I have. Those are kind of like special, since you don't have an Edion or, you know, other type of special ability guy. You know, you can't summon Odin like you did in previous games. So what I really like about the battle system is that it's different from the other ones. Now, I mean, I know that sounds strange, but I do like that and it took me a while to get into it, but you have to have patience in this. You know, this is not a button masher. You don't just sit there and you know, smash on the buttons as hard and fast as you can. But on the other hand, you're not just sitting there waiting for your turn to attack. You have to plan out your attacks in advance. You have to, you know, think about what you're actually doing and how you're jumping from schema to schema. You know, to help, you know, keep it fresh, but at the same time, you know, The individuals have different stagger ability, have different stagger rates, and so you have to know when you're about to stagger them, and so you have a chance to take advantage of it when it does happen. What I don't like about the new combat system is I miss the party system. You know, I miss having, you know, 2 or 3 people. You know, I miss having that. I miss being able to, you know, go with the old, you know, the old system of, you know, okay, I'm a Ravager, and that person's a Commando, and that person's a Sentinel, and, you know, oh, you know, and then we each do different things. I just jumped up here so I can kind of show you guys a little bit. So there's some ruins. That little ball of lightning thing is an Area Knight, which has 1.1 million health points, which I have not beaten yet. It actually ran away because it got bored, because I was trying to figure out how to fight it. So what another thing I do like about the different areas is they have completely different feels. So the Dead Dunes is huge. It's massive. Now there are little teleportation devices that get you from place to place once you get there, but you know, you have to first make that trek out there and to kind of open up the land a little bit. You know, the Wildlands has a lot more brush. It's green, and you know, it's still kind of large, but you know, there's a lot more people involved, a lot more areas to visit, like different little towns, little villages. Luxurion and Usanon, even though they're both cities, have completely different feels to them. So the different areas really have personalities of their own that, you know, kind of make it something you can really get into. So let's jump back into you know, the different abilities that you have. You know, kind of comparatively to the first 2 games, it is very similar in that, you know, you kind of have your fire, your lightning magic, your ice, air, and then your, you know, your regular debuffs. Now, one of the things that was kind of, you know, you had a certain person kind of who was the debuff, and a certain person who was the buff and the healer, and this is not so much on that. This is more about the attack, but, you know, throwing those pieces all together and being able to balance them. So you'll also notice, I just wanted to mention this while I'm fighting a Desert Sahagin, is I will say that with the Desert Sahagin being under the desert and moving around like that, it did actually create some problems with frame rate issues. It's the only set of battles where I ever had that problem. I think it has to do with it being under the, you know, under the sand, maybe, or, you know, whatever. But for some reason, with the Desert Sahagin, I did have some frame rate issues. But it didn't happen anywhere else. Even when I was fighting massive, giant monsters that, you know, took up like most of the screen, I didn't have that problem. We're going to have one more battle, and then we're going to wrap things up here, because I'm about to jump into the to go into the temple ruins. So we're going to go ahead and fight this one last guy. And one of the things I like is that some of the enemies are the same, so you know you have to stagger this guy so that his Care Priest will fall off, and then you can attack him, and then you can unload your big attacks on him. So I think that's going to kind of wrap things up as we finish up this last battle. Be sure to subscribe to the CoinOpTV YouTube channel for more on Final Fantasy XIII and all the games that you love, both current gen, the last gen and this new current gen. Be sure to like the video and let me know in the comments if you want to see more, or what you think and how much you love my videos and love CoinOp. Just let us know, and we will do our best to accommodate. Alright, so that is going to wrap it up. Thanks a lot, everyone.